Chapter 4, Air. We have already discussed about the air, composition of air and structure of atmosphere, weather and climate. Now air pressure. So what is air pressure? So we know that the air has weight and occupies space. Fine. It exerts its weight. It's as a pressure on the surface of the earth is known as atmospheric pressure. And atmospheric pressure is measured in millibar, and the device which is used to measure the atmospheric pressure, with the help of this device we can come to know what the atmospheric pressure, that device known as barometer. There are the air pressure at the place affected by two major factors, that is temperature and altitude. Fine. When air gets heated, it expands and becomes light and rise vertically. On the surface, it causes low pressure. When air gets heated, it expands, it rises vertically, and on that surface, it creating low pressure. When air is cooled, it became heavy and sink vertically and extract great pressure on the surface of the earth and create high pressure on that place. I hope it is understood by everyone what is low pressure and what is high pressure. Next is altitudes. The distance from the sea. The upper atmosphere is very thin and less dense than a lower atmosphere. Therefore, the pressure is always also less and keeps decreasing while increasing altitude or height. Because there is no air, so there is no pressure. On the moon, there is no air, hence no air pressure. That is why astronauts have to wear special protective suits filled with air when they go to the moon. If they did not wear these space suits, the counter pressure exerted by the body of the astronaut would make the blood vessels burst. The astronaut would bleed and die. So that is why they wear special kind of protective suits which is filled with air. So what is wind? The movement of air from high pressure to low pressure area is called wind. As you know, the power of wind, it blow dry leaves down the pavement or uprooted trees during a storm. Sometime when the wind blows gently, you can even see it blowing away smoke or fine dust. At time, wind can be strong, it's difficult to walk against it. You must have experienced it is not easy to hold an umbrella on a windy day. So you can imagine that the power of wind. Now there are the three types of wind: permanent wind, seasonal wind, and local wind. The trade wind, westerlies wind, easterlies wind are permanent wind. Why? Because continuously they are blow throughout year in a particular direction. That is why these are known as permanent wind or planetary wind. Seasonal wind, these wind change their direction according to different season, like monsoon wind, which blow in our India. Local wind, which blow during the particular period of a day or year in a small area, like Lu, which blow in May and June May month in North India. So these are local wind. Now let us understand this equatorial belt. The above 5° north to 5° south, this belt is known as equatorial low pressure belt because there is no surface movement of wind take place, and this belt is known as doldrum. Because this belt extends 5° north to 5° south of the equator. So being in the torrid zone, here is a torrid zone, the sun rays, the area receive maximum heat of the sun. Therefore, air rise vertically and creating low pressure. The air gets heated, so it creates low pressure. Same way, it is like the area lies in torrid zone, so it receives maximum heat. So the air rise vertically, creating low pressure. This belt nickname is known as doldrum. Now come to the next, the belt which is lies above the equator, 30° north between 35° north, and same with the southern hemisphere, 30° south to 35 between the 35° south. That belt known as horse latitude. This located beyond the tropics, around the 30° north or between 35° north or 30° south to 35° south. So the air that rise from equator, air is rise from here. So the air rise from the equator belt, cool and sink down here. Cool and sink down here. It's mean the air cool down here, gets cooled here, so it starts sink. So it create high pressure. Understood? Is creating the belt of high pressure. This belt also known as horse latitude. This also belt with no surface movement of wind. Now next come to the air which is at 60° north and 60° south. This belt is known as subpolar low pressure. Subpolar low pressure, this zone where very cold winds and from the polar, those comes from the polar, meet with the hot wind, those come from the warm winds, come from the equator. So blowing here, that is why this belt create low pressure. Winds come from high pressure from polar area, cool air meet with the warm air here, okay, on subpolar low pressure. So that is why it create low pressure. Now come to the polar high pressure belt. Here the intense cold throughout the year, so remain high. This area having creating high pressure. This area polar high pressure belt. Fine. The temperature that control the amount of humidity. Higher temperature cause more evaporation and thus greater humidity. So, Avika, can you read the chapter from here, moisture?
Ma'am, yes, of course. Moisture. When water evaporates from land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. Moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. When the air is full of water vapor, we call it a humid day. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases, and so it becomes more and more humid. On a humid day, clothes take longer to dry and sweat from our body does not evaporate easily, making us feel very uncomfortable. When the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. The water vapor condenses, causing formation of droplets of water. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets. When these droplets of water become too heavy to float in air, then they become down as
As a
precipitation.
precipitation, like
Jet
the water comes on the surface of the earth in form of snow, rain, hailstorm. Okay, the water from space, from the sky, come on the surface of the earth. That is known as precipitation, forms of precipitation. Now, have
and
you seen
precipitation is one of the factor of weather.
weather? Now, the jet planes flying in the sky leave a white tail behind them. Why all this thing happens? Because that is create the moisture from their engine. The jet plane engine create moisture, and that then moisture is condenses. We see the trail of the condensed moisture for some time when there is no air movement to disturb it, because there is no air movement to disturb it, to spread that. So that is why we can see the that trail than the jet planes. Yes, Astha, please read the chapter. Thank you, Avika.
Jet planes flying in the sky leave a white trail behind them. The moisture from their engines condenses. We see ray of condensed moisture from some time when there is no air movement to precipitation that comes down to the earth in liquid form is called rain. Most of the groundwater comes from rainwater plants help preserve water. When trees on hillside are cut, rainwater flows down the bare mountains and can cause flooding of low-lying areas.
Thank you,
On the
Astha.
basic,
Now let's talk about the different kind of rainfall. On the basis of mechanism, there are the three type of rainfall: conventional rainfall, orographic rainfall, and cyclonic rainfall. Fine. So first talk about the conventional rainfall. As you can see in this diagram, conventional rainfall. Such rainfall occurs mainly in the equatorial region where, warm, moisture-laden air rises and cool on reaching the certain height. On the cooling, condensation take place, resulting heavy rain in the same location. Okay? It is creating equatorial region when the warm air of equatorial region rise vertically. So they moisture laden air rise vertically. They cool on reaching the certain height. So that air is condensed over there, and it create heavy rain occur over there some location, same location. Such rain is accompanied by the lightning and thunder. So that kind of rainfall known as conventional rainfall. As you can see, warm air on this picture, warm air rise vertically and then condense at location, and same that they occur the heavy rainfall same location. That is conventional rainfall. Now next one is a cyclonic rainfall. Cyclonic rainfall, as you can see in this picture, cold air and warm air. The cyclonic rainfall where the cold air and warm air strike with each other. You can see in this picture, strike with each other face to face. The cold air is denser, it remains close to the ground, and while the warm air rises above it. So as it rises, it cools, resulting the meet with each other face to face, and it result is cools, resulting heavy rainfall. The next one is relief rainfall, also known as orographic rainfall. The type of rainfall generally take place when the moisture-laden air winds from the sea are forced to rise above the hill and mountains. So those winds come from the get water from the sea, they rise above and move toward the hills and mountains range. So the wind cool and drop their moisture on the windward side of mountain. From where they strike with the mountain, that side they occur rainfall. And the other side, look at here, the other side. the other side, this side, receive very little rainfall. Like Mumbai on the west coast being a windward side and of the Western Ghat and receive more rainfall, and then the Pune is on the leeward side only because of relief or orographic rainfall. Okay. Okay, everyone. Now the last, the rainfall. Yes, Swastik, please read the chapter. Rainfall is very important.
Rainfall is very important for the survival of plants and animals. It brings fresh water to the earth's surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occur. On the other hand, if it is more, flood take place. Do
So,
you know other forms of precipitation are snow, sleet and hail?
so it is very important that we should think about how to conserve fresh water. Thank you.